Well, comedian and TV host Bill Maher says that President Trump is one of the few people that don't make young men feel guilty for being men. Watch.
There's just so much like of this shaming. A lot of it, people wonder why so many young men vote for Trump. Well, maybe because, he's one guy who doesn't make you feel guilty just for being born with a dick. If you're 22, you don't remember a time when it was the reverse. So you've only seen the backlash. You've only seen white men bad.
All right, I'm going to go this way. Riley, what do you think about that?
Well, I will say, as a Gen Zer myself, I think the appeal to President Trump, he's obviously authentic. He doesn't mince his words. You never have to wonder what he's thinking. He's an alpha. He doesn't apologize for who he is. Yes, he's a billionaire, so very different than your, everyday average American. But even still, he finds a way to be relatable to, like, your 20-year-old frat bro who goes to, like, University of Kentucky. So he's relatable. I saw this morning, actually, it was Dr. Oz who said that President Trump has the highest testosterone level of any man over 70 that he's ever seen. So you compare...
He knows that?
He actually went on to say, President Trump's going to be really thrilled that I said that. But you compare President Trump to someone, any of the Democratic male leaders, someone like Tim Walz, if you will, Mr. Jazz Hands. You ask any 20-year-old boy, especially on a college campus, who they would rather spend a day golfing with, President Trump or Tim Walz, you have to imagine that majority of them are going to say President Trump.
Talk to me about the millions of young men that look up to you. Do you see in them...
Look up to
you.
Come on.
Have you seen in them a guilt? Have you seen in them that current where it was fomented for a while? They were like, and then now do you feel like they feel empowered again?
I don't know. As the white man bad, as the only white dude on the couch, I don't feel aggrieved. Maybe it's a generational thing. I don't know. But as a member of Gen Z, Riley, I would just say that I think this whole argument comes down to men and a lot of women saw Biden as weak and they see Trump as strong. And it's not more complicated than that.
Yeah. Wow. I think his plain speak, frankly, is encouraging to I'm not a young man, but who were told for so long that you are the problem. And here's why. And finally, someone was like, actually, you're not the problem. We welcome you. And your voice is valuable just like everyone else's is. No one was better than the other. And finally, they felt welcomed to the table.
Yeah, it kind of goes back to something that Riley just said. He's a billionaire. He's different. Yeah, it's ironic, though, but he's not really all that different. He loves McDonald's. He likes to hang. He loves his family.
I mean, a good Diet Coke.
Kind of like, not that McDonald's is core to being like an all-American, but I think it is. I love those fries.
Totally.
But, he's all those things that you don't have to have $1 billion or have to have $0 to get. He's just a guy's guy.
And think of his campaign when he's in the big garbage truck, and he was in the McDonald's window.
Convincingly. Gen Z, carbon dating testing at 5.
But no, Harris, you got to look at the tree rings on me.
Oh gosh.
All right.
Sandra, what about you're raising what do you see?
But I'm raising a little boy and a little girl, right? So my son, and I can confirm, does look up to Mr. Hemmer when he comes to visit.
Sounds a good man.
But he loves when he walks in the room and Mr. Hemmer looks him in the eye and shakes his hand and asks him how his school and sports are going. He lets him be a boy. And we've spent years bringing girls up, right? Telling them that they can go be anything that they want to be. They don't have to stay at home. They can go get a job. They can go to school anywhere. We've been doing so much to make sure that women feel equal to men. And men sort of got left behind a little bit in that. We're teaching at the schools a little bit more, in my opinion, towards the way girls learn rather than boys. Boys need to get the exercise and get the energy out before they sit down and study math. There's so many reasons why I think that they look at President Trump and say he acknowledges men and women as two different genders when they walk in a room. And nobody's against you. I think there's a lot of reasons why young men in this country feel
You're
that way
raising
about
two great kids, by the way.
Thank you very much.
I won't let that one slide.
Thank you very much.
Harris.
Having hosted the all-women town hall right before the election with President Trump, something resonated with me right away. He respects women. He's hired a lot of tremendously talented women. We've interviewed them. We've met them. And my dad, former military, as you know, used to say that the test of a man is how he treats the women in his life. Can he be that alpha and be loving and generous and all those things.
Sweet.
Yeah. They call him a misogynist, but really he's like the worst misogynist ever.